Hey everyone, welcome to another wonderful episode of In the Kitchen with Sandy. Today, on this episode, I'm going to make an amazing cheesesteak sandwich. It's so good, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just that good. Let's go over what we're going to be using. I've got some ribeyes here, and actually these were thicker ribeyes like this, and I had asked my... I got these at the grocery store. I'd asked if they could slice them thinner for me, and that's all they could do. So I'm on my own for slicing them super thin. But I'll show you how to do it. It's very simple. You just have to make sure you got to keep your fingers all the way. This is some that I have already sliced and just kind of chipped away at. See, this is what the consistency that you're going to want them, like paper thin. And I mean, it's really easy to do. It's not that hard to do. So I'll show you how to do that. That's why I've got them laid out there. And we're also going to use some tenderizer, garlic salt. Of course, I have to use garlic salt. And you can choose any type of bread that you want to use. This is Italian bread. You can use French bread, Italian bread, any type of bread. You can use the crustier bread, whatever you want to use. And some onions. We're going to saute these up first to go in with the meat, and then these are going to be the after. This is the after effect. You can put anything you want on yours. I like tomatoes, and I like the red pepper, crushed red pepper sauce. This is really super delicious on them. Mayonnaise, and then we're going to add some, what is this? Provolone cheese. Here I am again, just tongue-tied because these are so good. Okay, and we're also going to use some olive oil. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I done this. This used to be this, but now it's this. So I'm going to have to get my glasses on. If not, then I might lose a finger or two. But here's what you're going to do. See, I had already started working on that. But it's fairly simple. If you don't want all this fat in there, you can just cut that away, take it out. But I'd definitely leave some of it in there. I wouldn't cut all of it out because once it all fries up, you're not even going to notice it. But what I done to get it paper thin, because you can't really hold it and do that with it, because you're really going to cut yourself, I just kind of held it up a little bit, and I just started shaving. You know, it doesn't matter if it falls apart, because with the cheesesteak anyway, you cut it at the end. So, see how thin that is? Like paper thin. And you just keep running your knife through it. Doesn't matter how big or how little. Sometimes you get lucky and you get little pieces. Or big pieces, I'm sorry. And you just put it in your bowl. And you just keep running your knife through it. And if you don't want that fatty part, you can take it off. And by the time you get done with it, it's going to be thin anyway, so. Just take your knife right through it. You gotta watch the fingers there. Okay, I'm going to finish getting these skinned alive. And then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, as you can see, I've got all my meat super duper thin. And like I said, it's a lot more convenient if you can get your butcher to do it. And if not, you can do it. I mean, but these are, it's so worth going through the hassle of making these, because, I mean, just cutting the meat up, because these are amazing. What I'm going to do is add whoa, about added the whole thing. Just a couple shakes of the tenderizer on there. And then garlic salt. Well, I think I got the flip lid. A few shakes on there. You want to season your meat real good. And then I just take my hand around in there and just kind of move that around. That smells so good already. Okay, and now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to start our onions. All right, about a teaspoon of olive oil in there. And we're going to let that get nice and hot. And then we're going to throw our onions in there. Okay. We've got our pan hot, so we're going to go ahead and add our onions. Well, I guess it's not really that hot, is it? It'll get there. We're just going to break these up a little bit. These are the onions that we're going to mix with our meat at the end. Break those up. And we're just going to give those hit them with just a little bit of salt. Okay, these are starting to develop a nice little brown translucent color. And these have been cooking, probably about maybe 3-4 minutes max. And like I said, I don't want to cook these all the way down. I want them to still have just a little bit of bite to them. We're going to go ahead and take these off. And then we're going to add them with our meat when we get the meat done. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the bowl there. Ooh, they smell yummy. Yeah. We'll warm those back up when we're ready. See that one just running down there. Alright, and we're going to add a little bit more olive oil. Just drizzle it right over there. It's about a tablespoon. And then we are going to add our meat. Now, this has been sitting, marinating in those nice, the garlic salt and the tenderizer. Now, I want you to look how quick. This is a very quick process, so it works very quickly to fling your meat all over the pan. I'm going to use my fingers because it's going to go a lot faster because these cook in no time. Kind of lay them out flat as you can get them. And literally by the time you get all this in the pan, it's going to be practically time to flip them over and be done. Like it's already browning up there. Smells good, smells good. And they're so tender. And full of flavor. By the time I get it in there, it's already time to turn it. So let's go ahead and get it flipped over. We'll get cut that thin. It don't take no time to fry up. I'll let this fry up about another minute. And then we're going to take it out and we're going to put it on our cutting board, and then we're going to chop it a little bit more, and then we're going to throw it back in the pan. Keep flipping the piece over. Look how quickly that gets done. Already almost there. This off, and we're going to put it on our cutting board and chop it up, and then we're going to transfer it back in there. It's going to be even smaller, and it'll finish cooking then. So this is what we're going to do. Now, if you were able to get your butcher to cut your meat thinner, like I wanted it cut, and you don't have to fool with it yourself, then you don't have to do this. But since mine was unable to do that, I have to do it myself. Look at that, knife's going just right through it. It's like butter. Perfect. And we're going to transfer it back to the pan. And then we are going to add in our onions. Try to make it enough to where there's like 2 sandwiches there. Or however many you want to make. If you want to make one big giant sandwich, then by all means go right ahead. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and add your cheese. And literally, it's done. We're going to turn it off, let the cheese melt for a second. Okay, this is done. Now, we're going to transfer this onto, I'm trying to think the best way to do this without jacking it up. There. Transfer it onto, ooh, that bun. Well, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. And we'll put the other one together in a minute. Now, if you have some spillover, that's quite alright. We don't live in a perfect little world here. Look at that. Look at all the meat on that. Now, we're going to take it to the table, and then we're going to add our toppings, and then we're going to dig in. Alright, like I said, on mine, I like mayonnaise. And you can add anything you want to add on it. And the red pepper sauce. This is delicious. I'm just going to spoon that right across the top there. And this is one of the things, the more of this, geez, the better it is. And then I also like tomatoes. I'll just put them right there. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. It's one of the best looking cheese steak sandwiches you'll ever get. Alright, look at this beauty. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, I'm not going to attempt to pick this up and put it in my mouth, so I'm going to cut me just a little piece of it off. I'm going to attempt to cut me a little piece of it off. Oops. Go try it. Mmm. This is so good. Mmm. Very tasty. Very simple. And this is definitely just as good as what you can get at the restaurant. So make sure that you try this. Let me know how you like it, because I know you're going to love this. So give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Please share my videos, and I'll see you next time.